This week on Hermitcraft.
Above and beyond.
Absolutely.
She cleaned out and organized my smelter chests. We might not see her for a while. This took 6 hours.
There is not a Pearlescent Moon episode out this week. You now know why. Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs. Our writer is LoyXP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. And apparently there's a mission at the Spawn Quest Hub which requires you to recap another Hermit's video in 1 minute. So if they're going to infringe on our territory, I guess I'm going to go and start a popular YouTube Let's Play series. This week brings back Stress Monster 101 and Tinfoil Chef, who both have videos out, apparently, as well as Grumbot, if you look for him hard enough. Not that anyone's got time for that, with all the questing to do under King Rendog's reign, dog. The week is very much shaped by people pursuing the crown's diamonds, however, the shift of power is not on the horizon. Almost in spite of our entire comments section, Grian starts a secret not a resistance club, which he emphasizes will not be causing a revolution. No sir, no resistance here, 0 ohms on this guy.
This is the club, NAR, not a resistance. So, the whole point of this, and what I've spent ages trying to get across, is that I am not going to start a resistance. I mean it. I know that this looks like a veiled attempt at hiding a rebellion. No. This is definitely...
Although we'll see how the server takes it when they realize Ren keeps logging in with more and more diamond accessories on the royal outfit.
You got like some type of glasses on? That are... Man, those are sharp. What are those made out of?
New diamond glasses, Cup.
Diamond glasses?
So with that out of the way, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with Tinfoil Chef, who returns to the server having been on hiatus for health reasons, and the branch mine seems determined to throw him for a loop. He mines his way into an aquifer and drowns before he can make it out.
Well, yeah, that was the scene just a minute ago. I have been trying to do some mining. I died.
At least the community resources can help him gear up again because he's only at the stage where he's smelting iron. Then again, it's fine if he doesn't have many diamonds because at this point they would have all been reclaimed by the king anyway.
Have I mentioned before how much I absolutely hate the new order distribution?
Stress Monster has also been away having a busy summer and logs back in to find the ground now screams at her.
What the hell? What the hell is that? Somebody's planted. Oh god, okay. God. Alright.
At least the Prismarine shop has made a profit, but she's not sure what to make of the fact that Ren is king now. It's not all screaming floorboards in the 1.19 update though, and Stress heads out to a mangrove swamp so she can bring back a propagule or two and mess with the new materials. There's no shortage of local wood though, and she has to clear a bunch and buy some extra stuff from the shopping district to time-lapse a fairy tale house deep in the forest behind her enchanted amethyst trees. She's not sure whether it'll be for storage, a place for clerics to live, or just a convenient place for 2 brave children to dispose of a witch, but hey, it's a nice looking house.
Down, you know, but I love it so much. It's so cute.
Etho just wants to make a house a home, even if the house does belong to B-dubs. In the process, he has to deal with the landlord's hijinks, the rowdy neighbours challenging him to race to build a hopper clock, and the new roommate who just moved in and screams at him whenever he's asked to do the chores.
Oh! I got hit bad, man. Oh, I'm dead. I died. No.
But eventually the place is looking pretty cozy. He's had a tour of Doc's perimeter, he's helped Vintage Beef playtest the card game, and King Ren has given him some spending money as a welcome gift, which means he can indulge his true passion, shopping. Etho susses out the commercial district and discovers the benefits of dropping off a hot potato with Cubfan on the way.
It's a cool 8 diamond quest for the next person you pass it to.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
We can manipulate this, man. We can manipulate this. What do you say? I mean, it's a daily quest, right? Yeah, just pass it back and forth a few times. Just see what happens.
Does Ren have any security at the moment? Like, would he come after us if we did that? You think?
I mean, he's got B-dubs on his side, right? But I mean,
we could take B-dubs easy.
So last week we actually explained Cubfan135's new world record wrong, downplaying just how impressive it actually is. The comments were quick to point that out, which was really kind of them. So in the good spirit, we invite you to just watch Cub's actual video with the run, especially because this way we don't risk misinterpreting anything again. It's been like 18 videos since, folks. Last week is a scramble. It turns out Rendog also thinks the world record ordeal was way too downplayed, especially since this is not at all what he meant with the set a record quest. Cubfan is summoned to the royal chambers, reprimanded for breaking the speed limit, and given an extra pile of diamond blocks for embedding the crown into the worldwide leaderboards.
Okay, so you actually broke like an actual record.
Yeah, man. Took only 12 minutes and 5 seconds to gather all these minerals.
As king, I shall now reward thee with 12 diamond blocks.
Let's go.
For your 12-minute record.
Woo!
Oh, and there's
Thank you
also
so
half,
much.
right?
Thank you.
Little do they know, Cub is well on the trajectory to break the world's kneecaps with how the Total Chaos minigame development is going. The turtle farm has provided all the shellmets he needed, but no resistance effect will save you anyway because the dispensers of that murder prison are also filled with lingering potions of everything else, the stockpile for them rivaling the fireworks storage in size.
And we're going to, bam, get ourselves... Oh, I forgot they don't stack. Oh, no! Oh, wait, no, this is fine. Yeah, keep doing the work. Look at them. Oh, my. They are putting in the work now.
In a more musical way, Tango Tech sets the record, or rather a record, to forever play windy cave ambience in the nether tunnel leading up to his Deep Frost Citadel base. The tunnel is decorated accordingly, dark deep slate walls holding up a frozen ice ceiling, so there's a hell froze over joke in there somewhere. Maybe Grian ought to start that rebellion after all.
Yeah! I love it!
While discussion of decked out 2 mechanics rages on Tango's second channel, he piles on more snow around the Citadel's terrain by a landslide and goes full Sir Graham on the King's quests. 2 shillings and 6pence for anyone old enough to get that reference. Gotta hand it to King Rendog, he managed to get the person responsible for the Nether Hub to label portals, and getting anyone to do their job on this server has historically been an issue. BOO discovers he can't automate getting player heads as he signs up for Hermit Dares, but luckily the King can help with decapitation as he challenges B-Dubs to build him a castle worthy of Rendog, and he'll need his own skull to accept the contract at the quest hub.
Like so? Look at I'm in here. We're kicking up snow dust.
Choosing a mountain beyond the woodland mansion that borders on the shopping district, B-Dubs gets started on an epic walkway up to the Grand Castle Gate, which itself takes longer to build than he expected, but promises to be something truly special. Then, as if singing the King's praises wasn't enough, he gets dared to duet with someone by Impulse SV.
If there was a hermit on the server that you think would do it, I would start singing and they just join in. Who do you think would do it?
Two come to mind, Iskal and Corrales. I think both of them would just, whatever reason, join and straight away without much coercion.
Okay.
I should put rules in that you can't use them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be nice.
When he's not sticking B-Dubs with a dare, Impulse has been finishing up the details of his storage room, and it's around this time he's fallen in love with the new mud block palette. So in service of making a mechanically interesting wheat farm, since wheat is necessary to craft packed mud, he goes looking for some allays at the nearby pillager outposts, buys some beehives from Hypno's honey shop, and recruits a farmer. Together they form the planting, pollinating, and collection methods, and Impulse just has to provide all the mud, which he does despite all the mess.
Well, I do have to say, this machine is a little messy. I'm not sure what's up with all the water bottles. Did I do something wrong?
Now, an unexpected side effect of the questing system is that every other collab now starts with people killing each other to get heads to sign up for the questing system. In the case of iJevin and Hypno, it at least goes on into a joint sponging operation.
Oh, you're on this side. I think. I have no idea where you are.
I'm not
oh,
really
yeah,
sure
there you are.
how that just happened, but we literally just killed all 3 of them without getting mining fatigue.
Easy peasy.
Easiest
It's almost
monument
like
of my
we've done
life,
this
bro.
before.
I know, right?
Quite the fitting endeavour, seeing as how Jevin then wipes his fireworks shop clean off the face of the server. The hot R balloon is replaced by a pack of firework rockets midway through liftoff. Glass for the fire and smoke effect and all, scorched ground under them, and probably an illegal payload of explosives on board. Actually, definitely an illegal payload of explosives on board. It's a gunpowder shop. This is literally a powder keg just painted over.
I'm selling shulker boxes full for 15 diamonds. This was kind of my initial idea with the Team Rocket balloon. Just never really got around to it, and then Impulse did it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let him have that for a while.
Inspired by humanity's latest successes with a really cool space camera, Joe Hills announces his pinball machine base will be themed around stellar observatories, and mocks up some of the graphics he has in mind. It'll be even easier to build them now he's stumbled upon a super fast building technique. But naturally the materials won't come cheap, so, like the telescope itself, he'll need some government funding to pull this one off.
Hey Rendog! Government, I need to buy some blocks for my thing. Give me some work.
Luckily, the government is keen to pay him as long as he pulls his axolotl and tadpole shop out of the deep slate cave it currently resides in and up to the surface shopping district. Joe not only agrees, he redesigns the entire shop into an axolotl jacuzzi, complete with built-in shoplifters, since the products are randomly dispensed by droppers and the resident dolphins will inevitably start playing with them.
So, yeah, the thing is they spawn no matter what I do.
Then you go get them. Oh, I see it. Don't you dare, otherwise I will murder dolphins.
You just told me to get it.
Vintage Beef may be a few cards short of a full deck, but luckily XP Crafted has the hookup for all the paper he'll need, which means he can invite XP and Hypno back over to the first test of the Hermitcraft card game, or more accurately, it's time to duel!
Etho. I think Etho's gone. I think he's quitting. He's rage quitting. I'm here.
XP Crafted comes out on top of their first matchup, but some more off-camera games give Beef some food for thought about changes and balances that need to be made.
There was another hour or so, maybe, of playtime until one person got to 5. By the way, Etho got to 5, so Etho actually won. Etho actually won the long game, XP won the short game, so they're both winners in my book.
XP, in the meantime, has a different kind of match in mind. After checking out the King's latest quests, he takes on the challenge of matching someone else's Minecraft skin and visiting them on camera. And since Ren the King is the only one online at the time, the server briefly has a pretender to the throne. But the King is amused, and with an enchanted golden apple donated to the treasury earlier, XP is definitely in his grace's good graces.
So wait, what was the reward actually?
8 diamonds.
Like 8 diamonds? Okay,
Yeah.
yes. So there that's a real bonus right there.
I was gonna be Ren the King from the future.
Oh god.
However, the idea of having an audience with the King at his place never occurs to Zombie Cleo, so she just builds palace chambers into the side of her Atlantis instead.
Like, how many diamonds did that net me? I may have just given myself a net loss there.
The royal halls are there to hold a personal meeting with Ren and propose Cleo's own position in his court, even though all the quest asked for was an audition tape. She argues that she's much better at interviews than at tapes, so all that jazzercise from the Hive-Drake days is just stunt doubles then. That actually sounds entirely on brand for Zedaf, the server's primary stuntman, and this week he's got a trick that will blow your mind, or his, if he doesn't do it right. It turns out all that getting shot from the last time taught him about exactly how the game handles which part of a Zedaf to stick an arrow out of, and through logging in and out, he was able to reliably predict where a new shot will go. So Minecraft doesn't track headshots, but Zedaf sure does.
That's really impressive. I was aiming right between your eyes.
All right. Again in the teeth.
Caught
How are you doing this?
It's called being a professional, Pearl. I knew you'd be amazed.
Still, hilariously, Pearl one-ups him, since catching an arrow out of the air with your hand might be impressive, but clenching it is even more so.
Okay, we'll try a second one. Ready?
All right.
Oh.
Oh.
Pearl, that's, is that the top of your head?
That's the top of,
I didn't aim there, Pearl, I promise. That was your fault.
In other butt-trembling news, Green discovers a bird that screams at his base and boats it to Scar's place, where it's surrounded with more shriekers than the game's audio system can handle.
Danger! This bird breaks Minecraft. Scar here will come by and set off the shrieker that is Pesky Bird.
Audio removed for the sensitive. For full experience, stab yourself in an ear with a screwdriver.
Boating a parrot several hundred blocks is certainly a choice activity for someone who is trying to speedrun a Hermitcraft video real quick. The same goes for the incredibly specific way in which he decided to reveal his new organization's name, by spreading Skulk around a stone wall where the letters are not actually stone. It's not helped by the fact that he himself is not entirely sure how Skulk catalysts work, so most of the boulder he's doing the revealing in ends up comedically skulked. But at least this quest for one perfect shot brought us the fact that Jevin's XP farm leaks dancing Endermen.
But somehow they're getting out and dancing. But doesn't this look perfect? Look, you get that?
You'll speak when spoken to!
And finally, there's Azumovoid, who does our Joe Hill segment from last week, but in his video. Joke's on him, now we get to talk about his stuff for 1 minute. The project of an Allay sanctuary spreading through a river calls for a fractal ice pattern made of actual ice. But actual ice in Minecraft is 9 times as expensive as regular ice, and the good ice is 9 times that.
And it occurs to me now that this might not have been your idea of a lake. It sort of looks a little cryptic as well. You can see there are some holes here and there and right in the middle because, well, that's where the LA Sanctuary is going to go.
To help you with this Frost Beaver's dream dam, Azuma looks into making an ice farm that makes as fast as you break, though the final contraption pulls a fast one on him. Though working as intended, it hiccups entirely too much for comfort on the actual server.
But eventually the community got involved and showed me some better designs than what I could make, so we have this thing right here.
Thus the idea of Hermitcraft proofing a contraption returns, and the answer, just like every time this comes up, is to make it a little bit slower.
Okay, so reload it again, and as you can see, it's working. And because we're moving slower, we're picking up every single ice block. This is fantastic.
So if you are wondering why there's a sideways icicle sticking out of the mountain, now you know. And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP and my name is PixelRiffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. And while I do some secret stuff on Empire's SMP, enjoy this not so secret video where I try to convince everyone to give me the rarest blocks in the game. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.